And we're back in the room, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to the Caiman Show. I have a very interesting guest on today. He went viral overnight. Overnight, folks, overnight. Viral. He had thousands and thousands and thousands of views in an instant on his page after posting a video about his first visit from the alien grays. My guest today, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, being an alien enthusiast myself as well, it's a pleasure to have you on board. Give it up one time, ladies and gentlemen. My friend, now yours, David Sidoli. Sid, if I may, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Caiman. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolute pleasure to have you. So how are you keeping?
Thank you very
much. You doing good?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
Good man, good man. And
what part? Yours? He's sleeping.
Toto's about. I was going to ask about Toto. He's having a kid.
Yeah, she's sleeping.
Fantastic stuff. Fantastic. Shout out to Toto.
Yeah.
Part of the package. You've been out and about today? You've been out and about today?
Yeah, we've been for walkies around the local area, like.
Good man. Good man. That's the way. Excellent
and
stuff.
My friend's here with me now as well.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Shout out to your friend as well. Good stuff.
Shout out to you, Chris. Okay. Thank you, he said.
Hiya, Chris.
Okay, man.
Very good, sir. Very good. Thank you. All right. So obviously, overnight things changed for you, Sid. Yeah. You posted a video. What was it? 4 weeks ago, something like that, was it? Maybe longer.
It must have been something like that. Yeah, my first alien video.
Yeah. So, so how did it feel, basically? Anyway, so you posted a video. Did you think it'd get the response that it did? Did you expect that?
I didn't, to be honest, Caiman. Nothing like it happened. Nothing like what happened. I tell him.
Yeah. So how soon after you posted it did it start going crazy? Like,
well, to be honest with you, if I remember correctly, it was an hour or two later. My friend request started going crazy.
Yeah.
And they just didn't stop. Like,
I was among them as well. I wanted straight away to get you on here, man, because we've done a few on aliens ourselves as well. Have you listened or heard any of them? The ones we've done on aliens?
Yeah, you heard that one guy who was a hoax.
Yeah, Jerry. Yeah.
I could tell he was lying just by listening to what he was saying.
Yeah. What did you think about what he was saying then? Obviously, I wasn't sure, right? I thought it might have been. I thought a couple of things, Sid, right? I thought, right, either this is one of the boys I know, because I've not long started doing this, and they know I love aliens and anything alien, trying to wind me up, or it's someone who's heard about the show and everything, who's just trying to get on. But you know, I gave him the benefit of the doubt anyway. Go on.
He didn't use the word terror. He did, because when I first met the Greys, when I first smelt their odor, I thought super advanced predator immediately, and I was overcome with blind, crippling fear. Yeah. And I was gasping for oxygen. I was to breathe, because I never smelled anything like it in my life. It was terrifying.
Tell us about that then, first of all, then, Sid, if you don't mind. So, how and where did they come to you? I know you said it on your video, but for people who are watching the show, regulars who are watching the show, they may not have seen that video yet.
All right,
we'll link onto it. But if you can just briefly give us an overview of what happened, how it happened, where you were, when it was.
Okay. Well, it was about 25 years ago, and I was living with my parents. I was in Astral.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping on the upstairs floor, and it must have been the early hours of the morning. And I was awake in bed like that, and all of a sudden I could hear this voice in my bedroom at first saying this to me. No, first of all it said. So I thought there was somebody in my room at first, but quickly, being a switched on guy and being into space and aliens anyway, I quickly realized it must have been telepathy. So I sat up in bed like that, and the voice was still saying to me. So I looked out the window like that, and lo and behold, I could see an alien grey looking in at me. And it wasn't in full form. It was cloaked, it was, but I could still see it. Like in the film Predator, when Predator goes invisible, you can still make out his outline, can't you?
I got you, yeah.
But it looked like that, it did.
What was it? Was it just like on the windowsill, or?
No, it was sat on this hovering seat machine.
Okay.
Anti-gravity seat machine. There was no noise coming from it whatsoever. So I stood up in my bedroom and he said, oh, listen. So I reached out for the door handle. I opened the window and there he was, about 4 foot in front of me, hovering in front of me. And like I said, no sound at all. And it was see-through, it was. But it was wearing some kind of a mask, it was. But I could see his elongated eyes, just like in the films.
Yeah.
And it was about the size of a 2-year-old human being child.
Right, oh. So how were you feeling, first of all, at this time? And obviously, it's
I tell you
it's
what,
not something you expect, is it, you know? And also, how long did it stop for?
Well, to be honest, I words can't explain what I was feeling looking into his eyes. Like,
yeah,
it was the best feeling ever. I thought this never happens. Like,
yeah,
and I'm actually face to face with an alien grey. Like, I knew it was a grey because, like I said, it was as small as a 2-year-old child, and it had elongated eyes. So instantaneously, I thought it's a grey. Like, but it was surreal. It was the best feeling ever. I thought, this is amazing. I'm face to face with an alien. Well, anyway, as he was 4 foot away from me, it started to hover closer to me with no sound. And then it held out his hand to me. And it had the hand the size of a little baby. And it had 3 fingers and a thumb, just like in the films.
Yeah.
And it held out his hand to me. So straight away, I thought, this is brilliant. So I reached out to grab his hand. And then all of a sudden, a little breeze blew in through my window. And it blew in the odor of what it smelled like. And instantaneously, I thought, oh my God, super advanced predator, we're in serious trouble here. And I was overcome with blind, crippling fear. And I was gasping for air. And I slammed the window shut like that. Went down on my knees in my room, gasping for air like. When I started to come round a bit, I stood up. And he was still outside the window. And he said, and I didn't answer it back, like, but then it started to move. I didn't open the window again. It started to move back and down my drive. And there was a flying saucer blocking my driveway. And it went up under the flying saucer, up into the saucer. And then
what did that look like, Sid? What did the flying saucer look like?
It was about the size of a car, it was.
Yeah.
It was only a small one.
What was it like, typical... metallic or?
It was metallic, yeah, but it was also see-through, like the grey was.
Yeah.
But it obviously was metallic, but it looked like a squashed hornet's nest, a squashed bee's nest.
Right on.
Small at the top, then widened as it came down, like. It was amazing, it was. And then that's another thing I got to tell you. I looked down onto my parents' driveway then, and I could see, before the grey went back to the saucer, I could see other greys hovering above my parents' car, on their chairs also, all moving about my drive, cloaked up they were.
How many are we talking about, mate?
Oh, there was a couple of them, 3 or 4.
Yeah. So you mentioned when it came in, the smell. Could you compare, is it a smell you could compare to something?
No, it was not of this earth. You could never replicate it. It was completely alien.
Yeah.
It was from another planet. Like, the only way I can describe it, and still I'm not close, because this smell made me overcome with blind, crippling fear and panic.
Yeah.
The only way I can describe it, when it's still not close, is the worst biological odor, sweat from someone, mixed with a very powerful industrial chemical, like sulfur.
Yeah, well, that don't sound good at all, to be honest. I've smelt some people like, let me tell you, when I've been in the gym. But that's another story, fella. So did you say later in other videos, you've had other encounters as well?
Yeah, I have, yes.
Yeah, was it like a frequent visit or?
Well, to be honest with you, right, because it was such a long time ago, I can't exactly remember how many years they were visiting me, but it must have gone on for 2 years, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But they used to come into my bedroom at night through the walls, because when they were cloaked up, they were able to travel through walls, because inside their cloaking bubble, they were in another dimension, they were, absent from this universe's laws of physics, and therefore they could travel through matter. And they'd come into my bedroom at night and very politely ask me, "Sid, do you mind staying up with you tonight? We want to fall asleep with you because we love you, Sid. You're so nice and cozy when you sleep. It makes us fall asleep." And that's what I said, "Grace, you can, but I don't want to make a noise. Be quiet, and I don't mind you staying linked up with me." Sid, "Thank you, we love you, Sid, you were awesome." And then they'd fall asleep with me, right, in my bedroom on their chairs. There'd be a saucer hovering above my roof, and they'd fall asleep in my room with me. And when they'd fall asleep, they used to make a purring noise in my head. That sounded like on Gremlins, when the Gremlins would go.
Ah, right, yeah.
Similar to that, but very gentle and quietly. And I didn't mind that. It was so cute, like.
Yeah.
So that's what used to happen, like.
Sweet, man, sweet. It's a fascinating story, bro, right?
Yeah.
Like I've said to you previously, before we come on the air now as well, I'm massively into aliens. I'm desperately trying to get somewhere where it's like, right, here's hard evidence. Do you know what I mean? I want to see hard evidence. I know there's something out there. I do.
Yeah.
I want to see hard evidence. But in my mind, and a lot of people have said, people aren't sure if, you know, what their motives are, if they're friends, if they're foes, if they're out to get us, or what. What's your opinion there?
Right. Well, at first, right, when I first met them, when I first smelt them, like I said, I thought super advanced predators were in great danger.
Yeah.
And because my mind was linked up to theirs, their subconscious thoughts were flowing into my mind. And it wasn't long that I realized their agenda. They were trying to break into Earth's heaven and capture our God and take us over. And they'd been trying for thousands of years to break into our heaven. But our heaven's walls were the toughest ones they'd come across. Because that's what they used to do. They used to fly through, they were all possessed, see, by this monstrosity I called Z-God.
Right,
It's a long story it is. But they were trying to break into our heaven and they couldn't break in. If they'd have broken in, it would have been terrifying. But that's what their agenda was like.
Right, you are. So you're saying that they're not our friends then? Or are they now? Or they weren't and now they are, or what?
Well, in the end, right, I managed to destroy what was possessing him. I know it sounds hard to believe.
Yeah.
It took a few years. I managed to destroy him. It's a long story. Because my soul is a hornet, see?
Yeah.
And I got a sting in my soul, right? And again, the venom, and it can kill gods. And that's how I destroyed him eventually. I called him Z-God. Excuse me a minute.
No worries, brother, no worries.
But, sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, it was just, in a word, are they now friends or foes?
Right. Well, I'm sorry to say, right, I witnessed them all die, I did. Because after I depossessed them, right, about a couple of months after I depossessed them and destroyed what was possessing them, the poor greys, right, were all crying their eyes out because they were ashamed of what they were forced to do over millions of years. And they were so ashamed of what they looked like. They were ashamed of themselves. It was heartbreaking. And one day the greys cracked a joke about going back to their old ways.
Yeah.
And because I didn't laugh, it really affected them.
Yeah.
And they were so ashamed of themselves, they all started dropping dead on board their ships. And they all died one by one, they did.
So
because I astral projected out, see? I can astral project. And I was on board with them and they were all dying. And I was with my spirit angel animal, my tiger angel, and not even he could revive them. We were on our knees crying our eyes out as they were all dying all around us. Like, it was heartbreaking, it was.
You say astral projecting. For those who don't know what that is, can you just explain briefly what that means?
Well, years ago, right, I used to use a lot of recreational intoxication.
You and me both.
When you use recreational drugs, right, with some people, it affects their pineal gland very highly, and that's linked to the third eye.
Right,
well, okay. In Buddhism and in
I've read up about that, Sid, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I could astral project my consciousness up into space and outside the universe. And I was able to be on board with them many times. And that's what I used to. That's what I used to do. Like.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to get some clarity on what it was for people who may not know, who may be watching or listening. You know.
Yeah.
So, are there still any greys out there? Or if
Well, I'm hoping they are. I'm hoping they'll come back one day. But like I said, I saw them all die. But knowing how advanced they are on board these ships and the technology they got soul and God technology.
Yeah.
And the Greys got soul. So I'm hoping their flight crew might have done something to capture all their souls, grow new bodies on them in what's called a unit on board. It's a special room where they can grow flesh bodies on souls. So I'm hoping that's what happened. Because they got flies. See, the Greys grow flies in their labs, and sometimes they let their flies take over their systems.
Right.
That's part of their technology. Actual house flies, like.
Yeah.
They can communicate with insects, see?
Right. Yeah, I read something in one of your posts about spiders and things. Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrified of spiders, the Greys are, because they're part insect themselves, see?
Okay.
The spiders terrify them.
Yeah. Because they're like a predator, is it? Is that what it is? Is that the link?
Yeah, that's right. Spiders eat insects, don't they?
Yeah.
Because on the Greys' own planet, when they were primitive, they had to fend off spiders the size of cars in the very beginning. They were plagued upon by them until they became advanced and they wiped them all out overnight.
I tell you what, Sid, I see a spider the size of a bottle top, I brick it. So God help me if I saw one the size. I don't mind them. I'll never kill them either. I'll always call a guy to get rid of it. Like, do you know what I mean? I can't get rid of it myself.
My mother was the same.
There's a spider,
yeah.
That's it. I can't deal with them. I can't at all.
Well, I tell you what, right, Cayman, I'd love to have a pet tarantula.
Yeah.
But I haven't got the heart to throw live crickets in with them.
Yeah, I get you, man. I used to have a couple of lizards back in the day, you know. I had some water dragons, a bearded dragon, Bosch monitors, and 2 iguanas. I used to feed them all crickets and that as well. It is, I suppose it did feel a bit cruel, like, but you know.
As long as you look after them, well, it's all right.
Yeah, that's it. I had to get rid of them in the end, like, but you know, they all went to good homes, you know.
Oh, well done, brother.
Well, other than the one that died, but that's another issue.
It's sad.
It happens, brother. It happens.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the Greys. Are there other aliens out there to your knowing?
The universe is full of life.
Yeah, I'd imagine it is. Why should we be the only ones? Why should we, a little pinprick on the map of the universe, be the only ones? You know what I mean?
The universe is full of life.
Yeah. So what would you say to someone then who would doubt the fact that there is other life out there, a non-believer?
Well, I find that really hard to take on board people who don't believe, like, because if you go to the ocean and you take a cup of water out of the ocean, and let's say you don't find any life in the cup of water, to say that there's no life in the ocean then is a silly thing to say.
That is a really, really good analogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an awesome analogy. I like that.
Thank you, brother.
I like that. No, that's good. That is good. And it's right. It's true to life, isn't it? You know, the ocean, like the universe, is a big old place. And I'm a scuba diver as well, so I've seen the bloody life down here as well. And some of that looks alien, let me tell you. But have you had any idiots come on board after this has gone viral and everything, Sid?
Well, to be honest with you, Cayman, most of my 99% of my fans adore me. Like,
good.
I love them back. They've been very friendly, posting very kind words, and I'm very grateful. Like,
wicked, mate. Well, I love you, bro. I think you're fantastic. I think it's a fantastic story, and from day one, I know a lot of my messages got lost in the shuffle and everything, but I was desperate to get you on, you know? Desperate to get you on. I just thought, I'd love to talk aliens with this guy. So it's great to finally have you on. I've noticed on your page as well. What's your page? Sid and the Greys?
Sid and the Greys, yeah.
Yeah, so people can find that on Facebook and like that page, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
I've noticed on there you're doing a bit of merchandise as well.
Yes, we are, yes.
So what are you doing in the way of merchandise? I've seen some T-shirts on there.
At the moment, I can't show any T-shirt. Yeah, my T-shirt's in the wash.
Yeah.
But we've got 2 T-shirts out so far. One is the Citizens of Oz.
Yeah.
It says, Toto, I don't think we're into the birth anymore. And there's a picture of Toto and a magic mushroom on it.
Awesome.
Then there's another one that says Sid in the Greys. And there's a picture of a grey holding a bag of magic mushroom.
Wicked, man, wicked.
And then we're bringing out another one soon with a picture of one of my artwork flying saucers over the city.
Yeah.
And we're not too sure what the writing's going to be on that one yet.
Nice,
but it's coming out soon.
Brilliant stuff, brilliant. Sold a few so far, have you?
16 so far, yeah.
Wicked, man, wicked. Well, make it
17.
And
all proceeds go to saving dogs in the dog meat trade.
Hey, that's awesome. That's fantastic. Good, man. Hey,
yeah.
well done, bud. Good, man.
Thank you, brother.
So where can we get these t-shirts? Is it off the page?
Log on to Sid in the Greys. So send a request. I'll add you.
Yeah.
And it's the first post on Sid in the Greys. There's a link on the first post to the shop.
Fantastic stuff. So there's an actual online shop people can order on there.
Yeah.
Then, yeah. So get yourselves on to Sid in the Greys via Facebook. First post on there will link you straight to the shop, then you can get your t-shirts and whatever else.
That's right, bro.
Brilliant stuff. You mentioned your drawings as well, then. So I've seen your drawings, right? I've got to tell you, they are absolutely fantastic, buddy. They are
thank you very much, detailed.
Honestly, I'm not just saying it either, right? Because
I love drawing.
I'm not a sayer, right? If I thought they were crap, I wouldn't mention them.
Genuine, Caiman.
Yeah, no, they're brilliant, buddy. They're brilliant.
Thank you, brother.
Are you selling any of them at all?
Not at the moment. Maybe I'll have prints made of them.
Yeah.
But I am going to start getting back. I'm going to get some more art equipment when lockdown's lifted.
Brilliant.
I'll start drawing again. I'll be posting new drawings soon.
Definitely, you should stick with it, man. It's brilliant. Honest to God,
thank you,
they are absolutely amazing and really
means a lot to me.
Unique as well, you know? So that's one of a kind stuff there. It's brilliant. But if you do start selling them, give me a shout. I'll have one definitely. All right,
then, Caiman. Yeah, I'll do you one.
Top man, top man. Are you still drawing at all now, did you say? Or you want to break from it?
Not at the moment, because I haven't got no equipment.
Right, okay.
No stationery, rather.
Yeah. So when are these old drawings then, the ones you've been showing, are they?
Yeah, they are. They were done a few years ago, they were.
Yeah, brilliant. How long did they take you? Because there's so much detail in them.
I can knock up a sketch in a couple of minutes.
Really? To that quality as well?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Wicked. That's awesome. Well, it's if you're bored and at the loose end one day, I'll have one. It look good. Probably look good about there, actually, I think, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I'll have one and stick it up there, man.
Anyway, I'll do you one.
Send them your way. Wicked, son.
I'll send you one, Caiman.
That'd be fantastic. That'd be brilliant.
I'll do that.
I'll chuck your links into the video description here and the audio description on Spotify and everything as well, all right, to you.
All right, then, brother.
Brilliant stuff. So, all right, I won't keep you, right? I know you're a busy man. I know you got stuff on and everything. You up to anything tonight now? You having a cheeky drink or anything?
No, just having a drink with my mate.
That's the way. You mate Chris. How are we doing, Chris?
I'm good.
Come back, then.
Good man. Where is he? Bring him in. Hey, what's happening, Chris? All right. Very good, sir. Very good. Surviving.
Have a nice night, bro.
You too, brother. Take care. Have a good swing, guys. All right.
Care, mate.
So, right, Sid, I won't keep you. I'll leave you and your buddy Chris.
All right, then, Caiman.
So any plugs or shout outs in closing before we wrap up, or have we done them all?
I'd like to say a big shout out to my friend Tim Burrows, Alison, Lucy Hackett, Leah, Maddie. Love and light, you lot, all right? Love, peace and unity.
Back at you. There we are, top man. Sid, it's been an absolute, genuine pleasure talking to you, buddy.
And me and you, Caiman.
Thank you very much for coming on. It's been great.
You're a gentleman, sir.
Top man. Back at you, bro. Back at you. Nice one.
Caiman.
Keep in touch, right? And if there's anything else you want to plug or talk about, give me a shout and we'll do it just here.
All right, then. Very nice one.
Top man. Have yourself an awesome night. Likewise. Have a good night, brother.
And you.
Take care.
Thank you, Caiman.
Ta-ra, bro.